Welcome back, everyone. Charlene here. And today we're going to talk about burnout. So, us moms tend to wear burnout as a badge of honor. And I'm here to tell you that it should not be that way. That is not normal. And in many aspects in society or the world that we live in, we are expected to do things that our ancestors did not do, right? Traditionally, the mom stayed at home and took care of the children, the kids went to school, and the breadwinner of the family was the husband. In today's world, it's a little different. Sometimes the women are the breadwinner, the women are working, the women are doing the house chores, the women are taking care of the kids, and they may still be in a nuclear family. They may still have a spouse, a boyfriend, or a partner, and they're still carrying on this role, and it's exhausting and it leads to burnout. When you're in a relationship, it should be mutual support, right? There should be that harmony, that unity. And because one person is working, that should not prevent that person from helping throughout the house or helping with raising the children or doing homework or with showering or doing events or taking kids to sports activities. But the reality is, us women, us moms are stuck in this role and we're complacent, and it's so edged in our mind and in our brain that if we don't do it, sometimes we feel as a failure as mom. Well, I'm here to tell you that you are not a failureism. I can talk from my own personal time, of co-parenting with my then husband. I felt, when I reflect now, I felt like I was in a relationship by myself. I was married, but I did not have any support in any aspects, and it led to burnout. It actually, to be transparent, it led to an eating disorder, which landed me in the hospital, which is for another video. But I was exhausted and I kept on thinking, well, I just have to keep doing it and I'm going to do it better. And it's going to, if I do it better, I'm going to get the support that I need until everything just came crashing down and there was no additional support. There was, it leads to abandonment. So, a couple of things in this video I want to address is that you should not be wearing your burnout as an honor, a badge of honor. What does burnout look like or what does it feel like? So, burnout can feel like fatigue. You feel emotionally drained. It could lead to emotional eating. It could lead to mood swings. It could lead to depression. It could lead to anxiety disorder. And I can go on and on. And it just goes downhill from there. And believe it or not, there's a lot of symptoms that us women experience that we do not lead or do not sit down to figure out, well, where is the root cause or what is the root cause of these symptoms? When did we start experiencing it? What triggered this burnout? What triggered these symptoms that I'm having? And so we go to the doctors, and the doctors, they really don't hear us. Let's be real. They don't hear us. And basically, we're given a prescription. You can take this, you can take an anti anxiety medication, which has its own symptoms in itself and addicting tendencies, or you can take an antidepressant, which, really does not help your situation hormonally. It makes it worse in many aspects. When the reality is, if you had that balance to prevent the burnout. And that balance can also look like having the support from a spouse, having a sitter to watch your kids so you can go out with your spouse, getting the opportunity to go for a walk, getting the opportunity to go to the gym, getting the opportunity to take a shower without a kid trying to break the door down, right? Getting the opportunity to just plan something that you once enjoy, or if you lost yourself and couldn't remember what a hobby is, or that you enjoyed, you can work on creating a hobby for yourself. But because we are in such a chaotic, busy environment and it's our lifestyle, it becomes part of who we are. It's like an extension of ourselves. We don't even know where to start. We just keep going and going and going and going until we fall apart, right? And when we fall apart, a lot of things in the household fall apart, right? If you fall apart, it affects your income in the house. You can't work. So I encourage you to really sit back and see where in your life you need to change to create this balance to prevent this burnout, right? It's about trying to implement that self care back into your space. It's really about putting yourself first and not being selfish about it, right? When we are burnt out, our children do not benefit from it. Our children pick up the fact that we are emotionally drained because we have no patience. We become this version of ourselves that we reflect, and at the end of the day, it's like we ask ourselves, like, who the hell was that? Or what have I become? Or what happened today? And it becomes a vicious cycle. And every day get harder on ourselves because we're experiencing this. So I encourage you to really be in sync with your body and your mind and try to see where the off balance is. Where are you feeling burnout? What does your burnout look like to you? What does it feel like to you? What are you willing to try to help yourselves? If you had a toolbox with different tools that you could implement, would you be able to factor out and carve out time in your busy schedule to really put yourself first and say, well, you know what? I just need this 5 minutes for my time because I need my cup filled right now, or I need to pour into myself. And are you going to be able to do this without feeling guilty? I ask these questions because these are the things that us women experience. These are the things that we think about. These are how our feelings are. And sometimes our feelings are much bigger, right, than what I am sharing. It's about being vulnerable to yourself and to others and saying, I need this balance, to say it's okay that you need help. We live in a society that tells us that, something's wrong with us if we can't take care of our kids and we can't take care of our family, we can't take care of our husband, balance everything. Well, the reality is we weren't allowed to do this. We weren't supposed to be doing this by ourselves. That's why there is a spouse. That's why there's a partner. That's why there are other people in our lives to help us. And so, are you willing to get to that point where you're going to say, enough is enough? I want help. It is okay to ask for help. It is okay to put myself first and not feel that I'm doing something wrong. Are you willing to really sit down and peel back the mask and say, where and when did my symptoms start? What are the triggers that's causing it? Are you willing to get yourself enrolled into therapy or hire a coach to see how you can improve your life? I challenge you to think about these things because these are the things that is needed in a woman's life to help us get through every single day. Are you willing to improve your spiritual life? These are all questions. Again, it goes back to your personal journey and what applies to you. But I stress again, I want you to know that burnout is not something that you should have to experience. And if you are experiencing it, I encourage you to please seek out help. There's absolutely nothing wrong with asking for help. Society puts a lot of pressure on us. And know that it's okay for you to cry. Know it's okay to break down. Know it's okay to say that I can't do this. Know it's okay to say that I need help. Know that it's okay to say there are days when I just don't feel like doing this without feeling pressured or judged. When you set these healthy boundaries for yourself and you set these healthy boundaries within your space, within your home, with your spouse, with your children, you're going to feel a tremendous weight that's lifted. I would love to hear if any of this have ever crossed your mind, if you've ever experienced any of these symptoms, and how have you coped with it? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to sign up. On the bottom, you will get a free 10-day do-it-yourself guide. And I look forward to getting on a call. You can get on a call with me and you can book a free strategy call so I can help you get through the process of understanding where do you start and how do you stop wearing burnout as an honor badge. Have a great day, everyone.